Imagine a quiet, ordinary person. They wake up, have their breakfast, go to work, and come home to their family. They seem just like you and me, right? But what if I told you that this ordinary person was capable of committing the most heinous crimes, not out of sadistic pleasure or deep-seated hatred, but simply because they were doing their job? It's a mind-blowing perspective that will change the way you see history forever. Welcome to another episode of Philosophical Flicks, as we journey into the heart of darkness, where we will reveal a chilling theory of an evil concept that will possibly make you rethink everything you thought you knew about evil and responsibility. Have you ever considered where the exact nature of evil stems from? Can it be as mundane as a bureaucrat behind a desk? Today, we unravel the concept of the banality of evil, a term penned by renowned philosopher Hannah Arendt. This chilling idea emerged while studying Nazi war criminals during the Holocaust, suggesting evil can stem from ordinary individuals blindly following orders. This concept stirred great controversy, challenging our understanding of moral responsibility. So buckle up. Join us as we dive, head first, into Hannah Arendt's mind and her chilling concept, the banality of evil. Before delving into the concept, let's acquaint ourselves with the woman behind it. Hannah Arendt, born in 1906, was a German-born Jewish philosopher who fled the Nazi regime in 1933. Her works have had profound influence on political theory, and she is best known for her thoughts on power, authority, and totalitarianism. But what truly brought her into the global spotlight was her coverage of the Adolf Eichmann trial in Jerusalem in the early 60s. Eichmann, a high-ranking Nazi official, was on trial for his role in the Holocaust. Arendt's reporting on the trial, published in The New Yorker, stirred up a storm of controversy due to her unique insights into the nature of evil. This trial was a turning point for Arendt, leading to her infamous concept. In the courtroom, Arendt saw not a monster, but a bureaucrat. This observation brings us to the heart of the Eichmann trial, a watershed moment that would give birth to Hannah Arendt's concept. Arendt covered the trial of Adolf Eichmann, a major orchestrator of the Holocaust, for The New Yorker. The man she observed during the trial was not the personification of evil she had expected. Instead, she saw a seemingly ordinary man, a bureaucrat who had been incredibly efficient at his job. That job, however, had been the systematic extermination of millions of people. Eichmann wasn't a sociopath or a sadist, but a careerist. He was someone who compromised his moral responsibility to the dictates of a hierarchical system. He claimed he was just following orders, a defense that would later be famously known as the Eichmann defense. This, to Arendt, was the banality of evil. Evil deeds committed not out of a diabolical desire, but by ordinary people who accept the premises of their state and participate in any ongoing enterprise with the energy of good bureaucrats. This concept was a radical departure from the conventional understanding of evil. It suggested that evil wasn't necessarily the product of monstrous individuals, but could be perpetrated by ordinary people under certain conditions. It challenged the idea that evil is always intentional and conscious, proposing instead that it could be mindless and thoughtless, a byproduct of uncritical obedience to authority. Arendt's observations during the Eichmann trial led her to coin the banality of evil, a phrase that would forever change our understanding of moral responsibility. It was a controversial idea, one that suggested that evil could be as ordinary as the man next door. Arendt's concept sparked a debate that still rages today. It left us with a haunting question. If evil can be banal, if it can be committed by ordinary individuals like Eichmann, then under the right circumstances, could any one of us be capable of such deeds? This is the chilling implication of Arendt's banality of evil. Not everyone agreed with Arendt's assessment of Eichmann or the broader implications of her concept. Indeed, her concept sparked a fiery controversy that continues to blaze even today, to say the least. Many scholars fiercely contested Arendt's perspective. They argued that it was overly simplistic and risked downplaying the monstrous nature of the atrocities committed. Some even accused Arendt of being an apologist for Eichmann, suggesting that her concept could be used to absolve him and others like him of their heinous crimes. Holocaust survivors and their families also voiced their objections. They felt that Arendt's concept could potentially minimize the suffering endured by the victims of the Holocaust. The very thought of their tormentors being described as banal was deeply unsettling for many. It seemed to strip the perpetrators of their agency, reducing them to mere cogs in a machine, rather than acknowledging them as willing participants in a horrific genocide. The general public, too, had their reservations. For many, the idea of evil being banal was difficult to digest. Evil, they argued, should be extraordinary, monstrous, and aberrant, not commonplace and ordinary. This perspective clashed with Arendt's view that evil could be perpetrated by ordinary people who were just doing their jobs. The implications of the banality of evil for our understanding of moral responsibility are profound. If we accept Arendt's concept, we must grapple with the unsettling reality that any of us could potentially become perpetrators of evil, given the right circumstances. It challenges the comforting notion that evil is committed only by monstrous individuals, forcing us to confront the darkness that lurks within ordinary people. This controversy invites us to question and re-evaluate our understanding of evil and moral responsibility. It compels us to consider whether evil is truly extraordinary, or whether it is, as Arendt suggests, disturbingly banal. The controversy surrounding the banality of evil poses important questions about our understanding of evil and moral responsibility. It propels us into a complex moral labyrinth, where the lines between good and evil, right and wrong, are blurred and ever-shifting. Having explored the controversy surrounding Arendt's concept, let's now shift our focus to its relevance in today's world. In an increasingly complex and interconnected global society, the banality of evil takes on a new urgency. The world has seen numerous instances of atrocities committed by ordinary individuals who claim to have been just following orders or doing their job. For instance, the abuses committed by soldiers at Abu Ghraib prison during the Iraq War, or the systemic oppression and violence enacted by law enforcement in various parts of the world. These instances echo Arendt's theory, reminding us that evil doesn't always appear as a monstrous entity, but can manifest in the actions of ordinary individuals who have surrendered their moral judgment to authority. This is not to absolve them of their crimes, but rather to highlight the dangers of blind obedience and the abdication of personal responsibility. It also underscores the importance of fostering a culture that encourages critical thinking and moral courage, where individuals are empowered to question authority and stand up against injustice, even when it's uncomfortable or risky to do so. In this context, Arendt's banality of evil serves as a stark warning, a call to vigilance. It prompts us to continuously interrogate our own actions and the systems we participate in to ensure that we do not become unwitting accomplices in the perpetration of evil. As we navigate through our lives in this complex world, Arendt's concept urges us to remain alert to the banality of evil lurking in the shadows of everyday life, and to muster the courage to confront it. Arendt's banality of evil continues to provoke thought and controversy. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration today, let's take a moment to reflect. Throughout our journey, we've unraveled the life and thoughts of Hannah Arendt, a woman whose words continue to echo across the decades. We've delved into the chilling trial of Adolf Eichmann and the birth of Arendt's controversial concept, the banality of evil. We've grappled with the ensuing controversy, a debate that has raged on for over half a century and shows no signs of abating. The banality of evil posits that monstrous acts can be committed by ordinary individuals who accept the premises of their state and participate in any ongoing enterprise with the energy of good bureaucrats. It's a concept that challenges our traditional notions of evil, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truth that evil deeds are not necessarily the product of monstrous individuals, but can be perpetrated by anyone given the right circumstances. In our modern world, where atrocities continue to unfold on a global stage, Arendt's concept holds a mirror to society, forcing us to question our own moral responsibility. It serves as a stark reminder that we must continuously question our actions, our beliefs, and the systems we participate in. As we part, we leave you with this question: how do you perceive the nature of evil in the world today? Reflect on it, wrestle with it, and never stop questioning. We thank you for joining us for another episode of Philosophical Flicks, and we look forward, as always, to seeing you in the next. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.